What do you think? Too early for a Christmas jumper? Yeah, maybe. Okay. Well, hello and welcome to Not a Midweek Reflection. What is Phil doing on my screen? I hear you shout. Will no one rid me of this turbulent priest? Or words to that effect. Well, yes, in some ways you will get some respite from this over the next few weeks because we won't be having any midweek reflections during Advent because instead we are going to have a daily Advent calendar, digital, online thing. I mean, I expected more of a cheer, but I think it's amazing. Advent calendars, of course, have been out for many years. I think the first ones became popular in the late 19th century, Germany, Austria, around that region. We can check with those who were around at that time. I won't mention any names. And today they come in all sorts of different forms. You get the ones with the pictures, you get ones, charity ones like Embrace the Middle East, do a great charity one. I recommend that highly. You get ones with chocolate in, or I think a few people I know have one this year with mini cheeses in. And some of these novelty advent calendars are a bit naff, but I'm not against that one. After all, Christmas is all about the baby cheeses. Baby cheese, like baby cheese, don't worry. But for us, we're going to have an online one. So each day, what they'll involve, you'll hear a little bit more of the story of Christmas, taking us through some of the Bible verses and the story of the Nativity, leading up all, of course, to the big day itself, the birth of Christ, the best present of all, the present that showed us that God came in a fresh way, that sanctified human flesh, that blessed all of creation, that gave a message of hope and joy and peace to the whole cosmos. Now that's quite a present. So each day you'll hear more of that story. And to go along with that and to help us think about the present, the gift of Christmas, the gifts that we give and receive as a symbol of that greatest gift of love, members and friends of Castle Square and St David's Uniting Church are going to share with you some of their favourite presents, some presents that mean a lot to them. Some of these will be quite funny, some of them will be quite profound, a real mixture. And maybe it will just cause you to smile, give you some light in this dark month of December. Or maybe it will encourage you to think about the gift of love that God gave to us at Christmas. Or how interrelated we are as people, thinking of the people who gave us these gifts or the people to whom we're hoping to give presents this Christmas. Or maybe it will just give you some inspiration if you're looking for last minute online gifts. Whatever, we hope that this Advent calendar enables us to, as part of our other Advent activities, to reflect on the true meaning of Christmas, perhaps in some silly ways at times. So, we're hoping it will bless you, this Advent calendar, and that you, in turn, might be a blessing to family, friends, and strangers. And so we start then with today, because today is the first day of Advent.
So our story begins, the story of the greatest Christmas gift ever. God sent the angel Gabriel to the Galilean village of Nazareth, to a virgin engaged to be married to a man descended from David. I wonder how Gabriel felt when he was asked to give Mary this important message.
With one of my favourite presents that I've been given, and it is Jeff the giraffe. Now Jeff is about 6 foot, I think, and I've had Jeff for a few years. I've got to be a bit more gentle with him. And why do I love Jeff? Well, 3 is a holy number, so let's go for 3 reasons. Number 1, I love giraffes. I think giraffes are incredible creatures. I think they're beautiful and strange and wonderful, and whether you're seeing them in Folly Farm or the Masai Mara or just on your TV screen, I think they can bring a lot of joy. And they are quite incredible. They can run at 35 miles per hour and other amazing things. Each giraffe's patterns are unique. They're incredible. So that's number 1. Number 2, I like Jeff because he was given to me by Andrea and her daughters, Andrea Russell, who is a friend of both churches. And it reminds me of them. And they suggest to me, they argue that this isn't Jeff at all, but Georgina, which is what they called Jeff before they gave it to me. And maybe that tells us something about what Christmas is about. This is a bit of a stretch here, but maybe, in sharing Jeff as one of my favourite presents, a native of a different continent, of Africa, and someone who went by a female name and now by male name, maybe that might remind us that Christmas is for everyone, for all ethnicities, all sexualities, all identities, for all creatures, for all creation. Christmas is a wonderful thing. And finally, the one thing I love about Jeff is when I was given him as a present by Andrea, they were living up in Nottingham. And I had to get Jeff back to where I was living in South London. And I was cut off by my phone. Obviously, I'm waffling too long, so I'll keep it brief. Yes, I was bringing Jeff back from Nottingham down to South London, and as a non-driver, that meant taking him on the train and the tube, and then another train. And it was a Friday night in London on the tube, so I got a good few comments like, "Oi Tarzan, come and give us a kiss," or "Don't think much of yours, mate." Hilarious. So Jeff reminds me of that rather difficult but wonderful journey too. So, segue coming. All it leaves me to say is that I hope you have a wonderful journey of Advent. I hope as we head towards that special day, celebrating it in perhaps a different way this year than we have in previous years, but I still hope that you have moments of joy and hope and peace and love. Go well, God bless, and stay tuned for more of this tomorrow. Bye for now.